40. Okay.
We got some of these, we think they might be chestnuts. They're selling them all the way along the side here, walking over to the waterfall. Alright. They kind of taste like potatoes.
I the third one I kind of liked it. It's like an acquired taste.
After 3, you acquired the taste.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so we made it to Gioc Waterfall, which is the biggest waterfall in Asia. You can see it right behind me there. It is pretty impressive. So there's a couple of cascades over there and over there. And that side is Vietnam, and that side is China. So we're actually right on the border, and the river divides China and Vietnam. And it's actually quite strange because there's these little boats here which people are just riding out onto the middle of the river, and then there's boats from the other side from China. So people are just like kind of hanging out in the river from either China or Vietnam. And it's a pretty weird border. I mean, it's not just a waterfall, it's kind of like this show of strength between Vietnam and China, because last night we were here and the whole mountain was lit up. So you can actually see the size of the mountain. Last night you couldn't really see because we were recording at night, but that whole mountain was lit up. The lights were really bright, and the lights shone pretty much from that mountain all the way to the mountain on the Vietnam side. So China's kind of putting on a big show over there.
They're color coded, so the orange ones are China and the blue sheets are Vietnam. And I guess that's how they tell.
So you can't pop over onto the other side or anything like that. I think that would be a bad idea. So if you watched our last video of the motorbike trip, it's been an amazing ride to get here. We went around the Ha Giang Loop and then drove out to Cao Bang and then to here. There's actually quite a bit of local tourism right now, which is great to see because I think a lot of these places have been affected by COVID. But it's really nice to see now that the country's pretty much taking care of COVID that locals are visiting these beautiful spots. It's not just international tourists. That's a pretty cool place to get some wedding photos. You're just waving to the Chinese.
Yeah. It looks like the Vietnamese don't want to wave to them because, you know, there's quite a lot of tension between China and Vietnam.
Yeah.
So they're not really waving to the Vietnamese. The Vietnamese aren't waving back. But
there was what looked like a field of lights swaying in the wind. I don't know how they did that and what it was exactly, but everything was lit up. There's like a village there. There was music playing, like a light show and everything. It's very odd just seeing people right over there. The closest experience I've seen to something similar to this at a border is in the DMZ in South Korea, where you can actually look over between North Korea and South Korea and you can see the soldiers on the other side. But that was much more militarized. Here, it's people just going on vacation, going on a boat tour, riding ponies, taking wedding photos. It's pretty odd, but cool at the same time. That was so funny, man, when you were just waving at all the Chinese tourists. The Chinese are like 20 meters away and they're kind of acting like they're not there. No one's
no one's saying hi. Gotta extend the olive branch a little bit, right? You're friendly to people, people will be friendly back most of the time, right?
Most of the time.
But I think some of them were taking pictures of me as well.
Yeah,
because I mean, if they come from a rural part of China, they're definitely not used to seeing foreigners. And then we had a Vietnamese guy come and take a picture with me. I thought at first he was asking me to take a photo of him and his friends, but no, then he was like, no, you. So I just took a picture with him. That's never happened to me here before.
Celebrity status, just because you're a foreigner.
Yeah, it's weird.
So now we're gonna drive up to a pagoda temple right there up on the side of the mountain where we will be able to see the waterfall from an elevated view. They're pretty strict about no drones, flat cams around here because obviously the border, apparently they'll shoot it down. But I don't know about that, but yeah, they're pretty strict about that. Our phones think we're in China right now, so it's showing 1 hour ahead of time. If you want to know what the most dangerous part about motorbiking in the north of Vietnam is, that chickens. Seriously, you guys are the worst. Bad chickens. Bad chickens. So I actually had an accident on the first day of the trip. We were driving and some chickens ran out in front of the road. And dogs are really good. They see a bike coming or a car coming, they'll run off the road. Chickens are just dumb. They'll like run out straight in front of a car or motorbike. And the funny thing is, my friend had the exact same thing happen to her when she was up in the north, and she warned me about it. Chickens are suicidal. They just run out into the road, and she had an accident too. So I told myself when I saw these chickens, I was not gonna stop. You know, I'll brake and swerve for a dog or person, of course, but if it's a chicken, I said to myself, okay, sorry chicken, I'm just gonna sacrifice you. But then when it runs in front of you, you can't do anything about it. You just react and you pull on the brakes. My brakes locked and I skidded, fell over. It wasn't too bad, was wearing my gloves, so nothing too serious. But watch out for chickens, man. They are the worst part about driving in Vietnam, other than the crazy drivers on the road, which is also not great. What do you think of the temple?
Yeah, it's cool, man. Nice view of the waterfall. Also just like these like big mountain rock things, whatever. What do you even call those? Well, it's awesome. It looks like you're on a different planet almost. You know, we're not used to seeing these in the south or even, you know, in the center. It's only up north here.
This here is the lotus stalactite. Stalactite obviously is hanging down, so it's like an upside down lotus flower. So it takes 100 years to form 1 centimeter of those stalactites. So you can imagine how long it took to form the stalagmites and the stalactites back there. Really long time. You see, it's all sparkly. So that was actually a pretty cool cave. I wasn't expecting it to be that big inside. Yeah, some pretty impressive stalactites and stalagmites. They really like their chestnuts up here. There are a lot of them everywhere. Oh, hey doggo. Vietnam actually has the largest cave in the world and some of the largest cave systems. You can go on tours on them. They're down in Phang Nga, somewhere that I've been before, but I never got to go on any of the cave tours because it was storming when we were there. There was a typhoon flying over, so definitely want to go check those out. The largest cave in the world is about a $2,500 tour, 4 or 5 days I think through the cave, so it's quite expensive, and usually there's a waiting list. During COVID there isn't.
But you still need $2,500, so.
Yeah. That's like the premium price one, because then you can go on another like 3 or 4 day tour through the caves that's like $400, which is pretty affordable. I definitely do one of those. You can do the second largest cave in the world.
All the other caves are like just a few dollars each to get in.
Okay, so that's Bản Giốc for you. We are going now to hop back on our bikes, drive back to Cao Bang, and then get a bus from there to Hanoi. Definitely worth having a motorbike if you're up here, but I think you can get a tour bus straight to this place if you want to come here. But if you're driving the Ha Giang Loop, then obviously a motorbike's the way to go. What do you guys think of the waterfall and the caves?
Very different. I think I like the waterfall. I feel like very strange in the middle of Vietnam and China.
Yeah, same here. It was really interesting. I didn't even know that it was like that. So it was cool seeing the Chinese tourists and then the Vietnamese ones.
Never seen you with stubble.
Yeah, this is a 4-day growth.
Yeah, it was awesome. The dynamic of the Chinese-Vietnamese border is just as interesting as the waterfall too. So, but yeah, the waterfall was beautiful.
What did you think?